gardens have their own style that make them easily distinguished from other garden designs. The garden brings a sense of balance between plants, water, and rocks. The ambiance among them creates simplicity and serenity, which make one feel relaxed and peaceful. If you've decided to create or make over your garden using this design, you don't need to worry about the budget. Japanese gardens can be initiated, experimented, completed, tweaked, and maintained in an inexpensive way. In fact, you probably only need to consider one of these next 10 Japanese garden ideas for backyard before having a go with your own. As always, the next list is compiled for you by simphome.com. And without further ado, let's start the countdown. 10. A small Japanese-inspired backyard garden idea. Plants, water, and rocks are the essential elements in a Japanese garden. Most garden design is based on a natural set, so the garden creates a natural feeling when looked at. You only need a few kinds of plants for a Japanese garden. The idea is to make the garden as simple as possible. For instance, 1 or 2 kinds of shrubs, moss, and some taller plants are enough for the garden. Typically, Japanese garden has a pond in it, but it's a bit tricky for a small-spaced one. Therefore, gravel can substitute the water element. All you need to do next is spread it along the center around stepping stones to make a pathway. To personalize it, different-sized rocks can be used as garden edging. To give more of a Japanese feeling to your garden, you can use bamboo fence as accent that adds ornamental effect to it. The key of the idea is to arrange the garden elements as sparse and simply as possible. The simplicity will allow you to contemplate calmly while walking through it. 9. A cheap Japanese-style garden project idea. You can turn your limited backyard space into a serene Japanese garden-style asset. It doesn't have to be expensive, though. First, collect rocks from surrounding areas to cover the soil. Using gravel or pebbles in place of grass can keep your budget low and maintenance to a minimum. Since the garden project is intended for a small area, moss and small leafy plants would be needed. Next, you should get shoji screens or shrubs, including 2 stone basins, to decor the corner of the garden to mimic a pond and to round out the garden. 8. Plants for a Japanese garden idea. Plants play an essential role in carving out your Japanese garden style, one of which is azalea, which is easy to shape and has various colors, such as red, pink, yellow, and white. Another most common plant found in a Japanese garden is bamboo, which can also be used as a privacy fence for your garden. Camellia will also accentuate the style and its large, lushly flowers and glossy leaves. However, the most prominent plant of all is cherry blossoms. Japan is often synonymous with cherry blossoms. Therefore, planting a cherry tree will add significant nuance to your garden. Cherry trees can adapt in many types of soil, so I think it would not give you much trouble. Plus, it can also adapt to multiple exposure of sunlight, full, partial, or shady. However, it needs moderate to extensive watering care. Therefore, you need to plant it near water access. 7. Invest in a bamboo entrance. To embrace the traditional look of a Japanese garden, try investing in a bamboo fence and entrance that can block view from the outside. It will be better if you grow the bamboo and arrange it as a living fence that adds imitable style to your garden. If you already know the bamboo is a fast-growing plant, if you choose to grow it for your garden, choose the clumping type because it's less invasive than other types. 6. Add a bridge. A bridge doesn't have to be built across water, ponds, or streams. An artificial stream can represent water element in your garden, and topping it with a bridge will add value into your garden too. It's an alluring aspect which makes you want to walk along the winding path and cross the bridge. Garden bridge can be made of various materials, but for a Japanese garden, wooden boards are the best. Garden kikuchi, for example, will make the garden look more authentic. It's a simple item to find, curvy, and looks well for both water and gravel. 5. Draw some lines. If you already have a garden but want to infuse a Japanese look into it, you can choose to make some raked sand or gravel. Just find a spot and clear it from unwanted plants. Arrange some rocks in the middle or whatever your imagination you have. Next, spread sand or gravel on the empty spot around the rock. Use a rake to make patterns in the sand. Waves, circles, asymmetry. The idea is creating an empty space from plants that bring the feeling of balance and stillness. The line pattern of the sand or gravel represents the ripple of waves around an island or mountain. The simple design offers some reflection or contemplation. And once you finish the project, you can maintain it easily because you don't have living plants to take care of regularly. 4. Prune the tree well. Niwaki or cloud tree is popular for Japanese gardens due to its unique look. It is similarly treated as a topiary tree, only their branches are pruned individually to form rounded shapes like clouds. The cloud tree should be put away from other big trees so that it can stand out in the garden. This kind of pruning works well with small leaves and compact foliage tree, such as boxwood, yew, pine, Japanese privet, or camellia. If you want to add niwaki to your garden, select a tree that has unusual branch formation for base design. Already trained trees are easy to shape but rather expensive, while shaping your own tree can take time but entail a low cost. You may need to shape the chosen branches by wiring or tying. Trim the tip to let more branches grow to make a cloud shape. 3. Cover it with moss. Contrast is essential in a Japanese garden, so using moss can give the contrast needed in a subtle way. The moss can be spread in nooks and crannies to make the garden look green but not too crowded with plants. Though moss usually lives in humid climates, it doesn't need a lot of water to flourish. In fact, moss can be incorporated to many garden conditions. 2. Let the fish swim. Japanese garden felt incomplete without fish ponds. The sounds of water splashing, the rippling of a surface, and the fish swimming inside create a calming effect that many gardeners desire. More than one person enjoyed spiritual benefits simply by sitting down at the edge of the pond and reflecting on important decisions they made in their life. Back to the idea. Although koi is preferable for a Japanese pond, it's quite expensive to purchase and maintain. In that case, goldfish is a good alternative because it's cheaper and easy to maintain. Proper care can make the goldfish live long. Here's some tips to do it. Use adequate filtration system to eliminate any waste. Second, use water plants to add shade and limit algae production. Use only goldfish food to feed them and don't overfeed. And last, top off the water to replenish the lost water during hot days. Before we get to number 1, I suggest you press subscribe button if this channel is new to you. Get new updates automatically every time I upload new videos. And let's find out the last idea sitting on our top chart. Lastly, number 1, round it out with a stone lantern. Plants, water, and rocks are essential elements in Japanese-style gardens, followed by topiary plants that are placed artistically to create dimension and natural look, just like what you see in this image. This garden contains yellow maple that brings color and warmth, while mossy stones around the still pond soften and change between plants and water. As a focal point, the designer took stepping stones that lead to a stone lantern that kicks the Japanese garden up a notch. It is a common design of classic Japanese that comes with intricate details that you probably never know until you visit the link inside the description. Done. So, although it looks intricate, it's quite easy to infuse Japanese style into your garden. Just bring simplicity into it, follow natural landscape to enhance the look of your garden, and choose the right plants. It doesn't have to be expensive. Just remember the key elements, such as rocks, water, and plants. Work them together as simple as possible and see what happens. Oh, and by the way, in simphome.com, you're going to find several lists that you cannot find in the Slide House channel. For instance, 10 small galley kitchen makeovers, 12 corner cabinet organization ideas, 12 kitchen cabinet DIY makeover ideas, and many more. This kind of list is compiled with more extensive research and more rigorous writing processes. As usual, the admin completed each of these lists with a relevant video that currently, as when this script is written, is free from the domination of ads. So what are you waiting for? If you have free time and internet access, once again, follow the link inside the description area and rip all benefits that SimHome has to offer. That's it for now. Before you leave, like this video. If you truly enjoy it, comment it or share it with anyone close to you in your social media account or email list. Lastly, see you again later with more videos like this in the near future. And until that time, thanks for watching.